Look at this lazy bum right here. Sunshine, wake up.
Oh, fix the hat. Okay. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Dakota here. It's time for a quick review, a very late night review of Shane Thomas's new project, 92, the second chapter. Shout out to Dion Brent for letting me know that Shane had dropped another project. For those of you who don't know, Shane Thomas is an Oklahoma City rapper who I've reviewed on my channel a couple times now, and I tried to film this review earlier, but didn't get it done. But Shane Thomas, the one word that I've always mentioned with Shane is potential, and Shane was a word, Shane was a person that I started to hear a buzz about back when I was active in the Oklahoma music scene. I started hearing about his name kind of just as I was starting to transition out and prepare for other things in my life. But I listened to 92, and 92 second chapter has now dropped pretty much a year to the date, almost, of 92, the original mixtape. But here are some of my thoughts on it, and that is that there's been a lot of progression with Shane. His hat, I can't get this hat to look right. Shane's had a lot of progression in the past year. I feel like he has a little bit more moxie in his delivery. I feel like his flow has improved phenomenally. I feel like his hook writing, his melody writing has improved. Even his singing a little bit. His singing was a lot better than I remember it on this project, and I don't think that it's changed at all. I don't think that it's not that I don't remember it being this good. I think it's just gotten a little bit better. I think he worked on it a little bit more. But like I said, Shane has a lot of potential. Shane, I understand the appeal for 14 to 17-year-old backpackers, 14 to 17-year-old girls who think it's really hot that this guy, this young dude is a rapper. But for hip hop heads and people who prefer a little bit more maturity and lyrical content, and people who like a little bit more introspection and digging deep, this is not really a project for people like that. Now, I'm not saying that I don't dislike this project at all, and heaven knows that I listen to ignorant music too. You heard me do the review on Kodak Black and Waka Flocka and Gucci Mane and Future and Young Thug. Like, these are people that I enjoy. But this album kind of falls in like a weird middle ground for me. Shane is good at just barely getting below the surface level when it comes to self-analyzation and introspect and deepness. He'll give you a little bit of something and you think he's going to go somewhere, and then he just pulls back and it's very generic surface level stuff. And that's happened before on Shane projects. That's been one of my issues with them. On this one, he got my hopes up with the opening track, talking about his uncle that was in the hospital, talking about past family relatives that are, he feels their spirit, and they inspire him to do what he does. They inspire him to get in the booth. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the track where he was talking about questioning, why is he or should he be in school, and why does he have to die to see God's kingdom, which you don't, but that's a different story for a different time. So tracks like those I enjoy when he does that kind of stuff, but the rest of it seems to be kind of young, independent, attempting to be an East Coast revivalist cliches. A lot of the subject material just deals with, recycling money, using your grind to try to overcome, and forget my doubters, forget my haters. I'm gonna be making money. I'm gonna be blowing up one day. Just chilling with the homies, and the crew's gonna rise to fame, and But right now we're struggling with these demons. You know, we're kind of taking shots of Henny and smoking weed. It's just very white boy, you know, and which there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just not my thing per se. I don't relate to it. I think a lot of the themes and the imagery is recycled on this mixtape. Don't get me wrong, there are some moments and there are a few lines, but yeah. So while Shane has progressed in the sense of his delivery and in a sense of his character, when you hear him, what he's giving you bars wise, what he's giving you to your food for thought, has kind of stayed in the same place. Now what I do want to talk about on this mixtape is the real star of it all, and that's I Austin I Beats. And boy, I Austin I has always made really decent beats. Where there's sometimes I thought he could choose a better snare or choose a better synth texture, for example. I Austin I came through and delivered with this project. The sampling skill has evolved exponentially on this. The mixing of his beats, whilst at sometimes he still doesn't choose a snare that I enjoy. I don't know what it is, but I Austin I just has a thing where I don't like his snares. I don't think they complement the beats. Did a lot better on this project. Still a couple I didn't like, but the second track, the third track I enjoyed. Scared Money Don't Make No Money, I enjoyed that. Great beat switch up there. But the real track that I'm loving is In My Ways. Shane had a really catchy, haunting, aggressive hook on that. The beat on that was nasty as your grandma's toenails. It was just really good. I Austin I delivered on this. I would have liked to listen to this as just a beat tape, in all honesty. And I'm a little bummed out that I sent Shane Thomas a couple beats and he didn't use them like he said he would. But that's cool. I Austin I was definitely the right producer to go with for this thing. You know, for the most part, decent features. I think there's only two, if I remember right. Well, put it this way, one decent feature. The D Hughes guy, I couldn't relate to him, but he did his thing. He gave us a lot of Lil Wayne type bars, which I just wasn't feeling, but he was on beat, and it complemented the subject matter that Shane has been talking about throughout the whole tape. But James Taylor, whoever that is, no, I don't. If you enjoy making music, that's great. So do I. Trust me, dude, I do, and I support musicians. But if I see you on another project from now on, and you're singing like you were singing on this dang mixtape, come on, man. James Taylor, the actual James Taylor, instead of the one he named himself after, is one of my favorite artists. He's one of the greatest artists of the 20th century. He's one of the greatest songwriters of the human race. And you sound nothing like James Taylor, and it's kind of insulting to me, to other JT fans, and to the man himself, James Taylor. Don't stop that. What else on this project? A couple of leveling issues. A couple of times the vocals were getting drowned out by the beat. But I enjoyed this more than I've enjoyed any other Shane project. And I like that it's been almost a year since we've heard from Shane, because it gave him time to progress, apparently. It gave I Austin I time to just lay it down and cook. It was coming fresh out the oven. Yeah, man. And I think more artists need to do this. You know, there's nothing wrong with not oversaturating yourself. Not to talk about myself in a braggadocious way, but just to kind of relate. What I mean is, you know, from my breakup surprise party EP until the finale mixtape that I dropped just recently in October, there was over 2 years between those projects, because I wanted to sit down, take the time to come up with a good project and show the evolution. I think more artists need to show their evolution instead of releasing a mixtape every other month with the same stuff, with the same kind of beats. This is more so how it needs to be done. I think more independent artists can take notes from Shane And I'm glad Shane didn't use my beats, in all honesty, because one, I Austin I is well, he's now now that I'm gone from Oklahoma, he is now the hottest beat maker in the whole state. And so here's the torch, Austin. Just take it and run with it, man. But I'm glad he didn't use him, because I couldn't have reviewed him, because I don't review people that I work with or people that I know. I don't want to stop reviewing Shane's music, because I want to continue to talk about the evolution and the progression that I think he has the potential to do. Now, if he keeps giving us mixtape after mixtape of the same content, that's just very surface level and backpack rapper pro era inspired cliches, then I'm gonna have to stop listening at some point. But right now, I think he still has a little bit of a trajectory to work up to, and I'm curious to see what he does. But overall, on this mixtape, I am feeling a C minus. I think it is Shane's best thing to work. If you enjoy independent hip hop, go check it out. If you just need something new, check it out. I did post one of his songs on my Symbol account, because Stuck Up in My Ways is my jam. That will be my jam for the rest of the summer, probably. So yeah, Shane Thomas.